Welcome back to King Online Trading School. If this is your first time, you'll be watching this analysis, or this is the first time you're watching any of our videos, make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. And for those who are watching this for the first time, if you are here to join us on Telegram, make sure you check the description box. There's a link down there below. You can join us through Telegram. And before I go deeper, I would like to let you guys know that every Sunday by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 8 p.m. UK time, and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we generally have a trading on Forex trading. So this is absolutely free. If you really want to join us and want to partake in this training, make sure you join us on Telegram. There we will have more details about this training. So make sure you join us and make sure you invite others. Okay, so I want to apologize once again for not being able to upload the analysis for last week, and this was due to unplanned schedule which took me out of station. All right, so guys, I'm super glad to be here this week to share this analysis with us, but trust me, we have a lot of setup waiting for us to be cash during this coming week. Okay, so guys, for those who are watching this for the first time, what you are looking right in front of you, this is called the King strategy, and this is the combination of moving average, stochastic, and RSI. So if you want to learn more about this strategy, make sure you watch this video to the end, because there is a link at the end of this video that teaches more about this strategy on how to enter the parameters for the moving averages and other indicators and the trading conditions as well. And this strategy has close to between 75 to 80% win rate if you follow the strategy conditions. So guys, let's get started. And before that, we also have a lot of videos that teaches more about this strategy on how to get better with this strategy. We also have a video on how to use the sniper entry with this strategy. Okay, so guys, let's get started. Okay, so this analysis is between Monday, April 16th to Monday, May 16th to Friday, May 20, 2022. Monday, May 16th to Friday, May 20th, 2022. All right, so the first pair I'm going to be taking a look at is Aud USD. And for those who are watching this for the first time, our entry time frame is based on H1, while we use H4 as filter. And of course, we analyze from the weekly down to H1. All right, so based on H1 and H4 on Aud USD, this is currently sell bias. So we were to look for a sell. So according to the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle close in red with some rejection. So this tells us that we should expect more downside, and we have seen several lows right here being taken out. The support has been taken out on the weekly candle. So this tells us that we should expect more downside on the weekly. So our weekly target for this coming week is found right at this support right here, this yellow support right here, which is at 0.6660. So that's going to be our weekly target for this coming week. So while the daily candle is found right at this level right here, the daily support is found right at 0.6796. So we expect price to come back into this daily candle before we see more downside. So going back into the entry, this has pulled back already on our entry time frame. So we want to wait for this pullback to happen, wait for this cross to happen. So once the cross happens, this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell. So Aud USD, this is a good pair to look out for a sell once market opens. So the next one I'm going to take a look at is AUD CAD. According to H1 and H4, AUD CAD is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, all right? And this is another signal telling us that more downside is most likely going to come on AUD CAD. So, and this is currently sitting at the daily support right here. So our weekly target for AUD CAD is found right at this support right here at 0.8537. Okay, so that's going to be our weekly support right there. So right now, guys, we will expect this level to get taken out first before we can start to focus on the weekly target. So going into the daily time frame, we see this is currently trading the daily support right here. So we are likely to see some kind of pullback on the lower time frame before we see price return back into the daily support. So the pullback is already happening. Let's wait for this to happen. All right. So the moment the cross happens back to the downside, then we take our sell trade, and the first profit should be taken before the daily support at this blue support at 0.8910. And if we see a daily candle close right below that, then we'll be looking up to the weekly target. All right, so AUD CAD, this is a good one to also look out for a sell trade. AUD CAD, look out for a sell. AUD Jpy, according to H1 and H4, AUD Jpy is currently sell biased. So on the weekly time frame, we see this close in red with some kind of rejection to the upside. So this means is signaling reversal on the lower time frame. So, but on the long run, we expect this to push down. Okay, so our weekly target for AUD Jpy is found right at this support right here at 84.11. So that's going to be our weekly target for AUD Jpy. So coming into the daily time frame, we see the last candle close in green, and that is a bullish momentum candles. This tells us that we may likely see more upside on lower time frame before the reversal can happen back to this support. So our daily support is found right at this level at 86.34. Okay, so going into the entry time frame, we've seen the pullback has happened. So if the cross should happen back to the downside, this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell, and profit should be taken before 86.34. That's going to be our first target, and if that level gets broken, then we'll be heading on to the weekly support. I hope this is very, very clear. So AUD Jpy, look out for a sell. CAD Swiss franc. CAD Swiss franc, according to H1 and H4, this is currently buy bias, and the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle close right above this area, and for quite some times I've been talking about this area that is most likely going to be taken out for price to come up here, and that is what we are seeing right now. So the weekly candle has closed right above this level, so we expect it to push up some more towards the yellow resistance at 0.7870. So that's going to be our weekly target for CAD Swiss franc. So coming into the daily time frame, we also see this close right above the resistance right here, and the candles signifies more upside, which is our bullish momentum candlestick. So going into the entry time frame, which is H1, we wait for this pullback to happen. Okay, and on its way up, we catch the buy entry, and the profit should be taken before the yellow resistance at 0.7870. So CAD Swiss franc, this is a good one to look out for a buy. You don't want to miss this opportunity. So the next one right here is Swiss franc Jpy. Swiss franc Jpy, according to H1 and 4, this is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. So this tells us that we should expect more downside, and we expect this to come close towards this red moving average. So we expect Swiss franc JPY to drop further down to the yellow support at 123.65. So the daily candle, we see this close in green. Okay, this is a reversal candlestick pattern, an inside back candlestick pattern, and we can see this at is very close to the support right here. So this tells us that we are likely going to see more pullback on the lower time frame before the reversal down to the downside. So right here, going into the entry time frame, we've seen the reversal has happened right here. Okay, if the cross should happens back to the downside, this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell, and first profit should be taken before the blue support at 127.20. And if that level gets taken out, we'll be heading on to the yellow support. So this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell. Swiss franc JPY, look out for a sell. Okay, Euro CAD is the next one I'm talking about right here. Euro CAD, we can't see any. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at Euro AUD. Euro CAD, this is currently sell bias right now according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this close as a bullish, bearish momentum candle, and also bearish. This is a bearish momentum candle. So this tells us that we should look out for more downside. All right. So right now, my target for this coming week on the Euro CAD is fine right at this yellow support at 1.3024. Okay, so going to the daily time frame, we also see this close in red, and this is also bearish momentum candlestick pattern. And right now, this is very close to the support, the daily support right there. So, but of course, we expect this level to get taken out. Why? Because of the this type of candlestick pattern we have right here, and also the weekly candlestick pattern we have, as we have bearish momentum candlestick pattern, and bearish move is expected to happen right here. So going to the entry time frame, which is H1, we wait for the pullback to happen right here, and we take the sell entry down to the downside, and first profit should be taken right before the blue support at 1.3392. And if that level gets taken out, we'll be heading on to the yellow support at 1.3024. All right, this is also going to be a good trade to look out for a sell. Euro CAD, look out for a sell. Euro JPY is the next one. Euro JPY, according to H1 and 4, this is currently sell bias. So the weekly target for this is fine right at this yellow support at 128.28. And the daily target is fine. As we can see, price is currently sitting at the support, and the candlestick, the daily candlestick close in green, which is an inside back candlestick, and this is more or less like a reversal on the lower time frame before we can see more downside, because we expect more downside to come based on the weekly candlestick pattern we have right there. Okay, so right now I'm going to say this is going to be our first support right here. So if the cross should happen, this should be a good trade to look out for a sell, and the first profit should be taken before the blue support at 132.67. And if that level gets taken out, we'll be heading on to the yellow support. So Euro JPY, this is a good one to look out for a sell. Euro JPY, look out for a sell. Euro USD, according to H1 and H4, is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle close in red. So this tells us that we are most likely going to see more downside due to the momentum in the market for the past few weeks on Euro USD. So this level right here, this weekly support right here, is most likely going to get broken this coming week, but we're going to wait to see what is going to happen right there. So our weekly target, if this level gets taken out, our weekly target is found right at the yellow support at 0.9610. Obviously, price may take longer to get to that level, but that is going to be our overall target. All right. So the daily candles, the daily time frame, the candlestick also closed as an inside back candlestick. So this is signaling reversal on the lower time frame. So with that, we should wait for a pullback on the lower time frame. On our entry time frame, wait for a pullback before we can think of picking a trade. So this has pulled back already. The moment the cross happens, either it goes back up a little bit or it crosses right from this point. This is going to be a good one to look out for a sell, right? So, and our first profit should be taken right at this level right here at 1.0317. And if that level gets taken out, we'll be heading on to the yellow support, all right? So Euro USD, this is going to be a perfect and good trade to look out for a sell. Euro USD, look out for a sell. Gbp USD. Gbp USD is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candlestick pattern, the weekly candle closed in red, okay? So, but obviously we're expecting GBP to also drop a little bit. Why? Because USD is still strong. So, but we're going to wait to see what is going to happen right there. But this is currently sitting close to the support right there. So we're going to see what is going to happen before we take our decision. So coming into the daily time frame, we see this close in green. So this is a perfect bullish momentum candlestick. So we may see some kind of reverse on the lower time frame before we see continuation to the downside. So going into the entry time frame, we can see the reversal has happened, the pullback has happened. So if the cross should happen the moment market opens, this would be a good one to look out for a sell. And the first profit should be taken before the blue support at 1.2075. All right. So if that level gets taken out, we'll be heading on to the yellow support, and this may take several weeks, 4 or 5 weeks for price to get down to the support on the weekly time frame, but depends on how price is going to move towards that level. All right. So GBP USD, this is a good one to look out for a sell. All right. This is a good one to look out for a sell. So GBP CAD is the next one I want to talk about right here. GBP CAD, according to H1 and H4, GBP CAD is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. So we expect this to keep pushing down, as this is currently sitting at a significant support zone right here. But based on the momentum in the market, we may expect this to get broken this coming week or a week ahead. So right here, our support, our weekly support and our weekly target for GBP CAD is found right at this yellow support at 1.52887. All right, while the daily candle also closed in red, and this signifies more downside. So right here, this is currently sitting at the daily support right now. This is also the weekly support. So we're going to see what is going to happen. So going into the entry time frame, what we need to do is just to wait for this pullback, and take the sell entry. All right, once the cross happens, and the first profit should be taken before the blue support at 1.5782. So, and if that level gets taken out, there we go. We start looking out to the larger profits. All right. So GBP CAD, look out for a sell. GCAD, look out for a sell. Gbp Jpy, according to H1 and 4, it is currently sell biased. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, but overall we expect this to also push down some more. Why? Because the 120 moving average is most likely going to be respected, and this support as well. So our weekly target for this is found at this yellow support at 151.03, but this is most likely not going to take 1 week for price to get to this destination, but that is what we'll be looking at right now. So going to the daily time frame, we see the daily candlestick close in green, and this is perfect bullish momentum candlestick pattern, and also an inside back candlestick pattern. So for this is kind of signaling a reversal on the lower time frame. So because we expect JPY to also push GBP down a little bit, because GBP is still weak across board. So Going into the entry time frame, we've seen the reversal has happened on the lower time frame. So if the cross should happen right at this point, it will be a good one to look out for a sell on GBP JPY. So, and the first profit should be taken before the blue support at 155.64. All right, and if that level gets taken out, we see our candlestick on the daily candlestick close right below this, then we can look for more downside towards the weekly support. So GBP JPY, this is a good one to look out for a sell. All right, GBP JPY, look out for a sell. NZD USD. NZD USD, according to H1 and H4, this is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, but right now we can see this is currently moving close to a support right here. But this is not the weekly support right here. We expect this level to be touched before price will reverse. Why? Because this is the significant support for the weekly. So we expect NZD-US to drop further to the yellow support at the 0.5912. All right. So going to the daily time frame, we see this, the daily candle close in the as an inside back candlestick. So this is more or less like a reversal on the lower time frame. So we expect this to keep pushing down. So, but as I've said, this is currently sitting at a significant daily support right here, as you can see right here. So we expect this to pull back a little bit on the lower time frame before the continuation to the downside. So we are going to wait to see what is going to happen. But be mindful, USD is currently weak, so it's currently going strong. So this is more or less like a reverse on the lower time frame. So we're going to see what is going to happen. So right now we've seen the reversal on the H1 time frame. If the cross should happen right at this point to the downside, then it should be a good one to look out for a sell on NZD USD, and the first profit should be taken before this blue support at 0.6193. And if that level gets taken out, then we'll be heading on to the yellow support right there. So NZD USD, look out for a sell. NZD USD, look out for a sell. The next one we'll talk about right here is NZD Jpy. Is currently sell buyout. The same thing we're seeing across NZ is what we are seeing right at this at NZD on NZD Jpy. So according to H1 and 4, this is currently sell buyer. So the weekly candle, the same pattern we've seen on the previous NZDs is what we are seeing on NZD Jpy. So we expect this to also push down towards the yellow support at 75.41, and this is also to respect the red moving average. So going into the daily time frame, we see this has touched the support right here, and we've seen the candle, the daily candle close as an inside band and also a reversal candlestick pattern. So this is, to me, this is going to be like a pullback, then when we look for the continuation to the downside. So right now we've seen the pullback right here. So if the cross should happen right at this point, this is going to be a good one to look out for a sell. But if price and the blue and yellow moving averages close right above the red moving average, that signals that the signal is no more valid. All right, NZD Jpy, we are good to go to look out for a sell. NZD Jpy, look out for a sell. So NZD CAD is the next one we'll talk about right here. This is currently sell bias according to H1 and H4. So going into the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, I beg your pardon. This is currently very, very close to the support right here. So right at this point, we expect this to push down a little bit more towards the yellow support at 0.8016 before any reversal can happen. Okay, so we're going to wait to look out for that. So the daily candle, we see this close in red with some kind of rejection. So we'll wait to see what is going to happen on the lower time frame before we make our decision. So on the entry time frame, the pullback is happening right now. If the pullback pull up to this level and crosses back, okay, it will be a good one to look out for a sell, and we'll head on to pick our profit before the yellow support. Okay, for the yellow support at 0.8016, because we are optimistic that we may see some kind of weekly reversal if price should pull down a little bit, and otherwise we let it go. So wait for this to happen right here before you take your decision. And if price closed right above the 120 moving average, which is the red moving average, that means there is no more signal available on this pair. NZD CAD, it is still good to look out for a sell. So the last one we'll talk about right here is USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc, according to H1 and H4, this is currently buy bias. Okay, so USD Swiss franc on the weekly time frame, this has been pushing up for about 6 weeks right now. So this is a massive move for those who catch the move at the beginning around this level. All right, for the past 5 weeks. So right here, our weekly target for USD Swiss franc is right at this yellow resistance at 1.0219, right? But right here, we can see this is currently sitting at a significant resistance zone right here, but very, very optimistic. This level is going to get broken for price to push higher towards the yellow resistance. Why? Because the type of candlestick we have available right here signifies that more upside is most likely going to come, okay, before we can see any reversal. So going into the entry time frame, we've seen an indecision candlestick pattern right here and an inside back candlestick pattern. So this is signaling that we may have some kind of pullback on the lower time frame before more upside can happen towards our target. So right here, going into the entry time frame, so wait for this pullback to happen, right? Wait for this pullback to happen, then catch your buy trade to the upside. Catch the buy trade on price returns back to the upside, and the profit should be taken before the yellow resistance at 1.0219. All right, so USD Swiss franc, this is also a good one to look out for a buy. USD Swiss franc, look out for a buy. So this is all I have for you for this week, guys. So let's quickly make a brief recap on the pairs we've talked about. Okay, AUD USD, we are to look out for a sell. AUD CAD, look out for a sell. AUD JPY, sell. CAD Swiss franc, buy. Swiss franc JPY, sell. Euro CAD, sell. Euro JPY, sell. Euro USD, sell. GBP USD, sell. GBP CAD, sell. GBP JPY, sell. NZD USD, sell. NZD JPY, sell. NZD CAD, sell. USD Swiss franc, buy. All right, and according to this strategy, the weak currencies are AUD is weak, NZD is weak, Swiss franc is partially weak, but not as weak as others. GBP is weak, all right, and Euro is also weak. Euro is also weak. So the most weak ones right there are AUD, NZD, GBP, and Euro. And the strong currency we can be able to spot right on this one is USD is strong and CAD is also strong. USD is strong and CAD is also strong. So our recommendation for this week is that focus more on AUD and NZD pairs, right? Focus more on AUD and NZD pairs as well as GBP and Euro pairs, all right? So all the pairs we've analyzed are super good. So guys, this is all I have for you. If you are yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to this channel and don't forget to share this with your loved ones, right? Remember to leave a like, remember to drop your comment, and remember to share it with your loved ones. So if you are here to join us on Telegram, there is a description. There is a link down in the description. Make sure you click on it. Join us. There you have more information about our activities. So thank you so much, guys, for having me. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Make sure you prepare your chart ahead of the week and let's make some money. Bye-bye for now and have a lovely week ahead. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now and have a